25 years ago, May 25th, 1996, the races were rained out. So we spin back the clock and look at the second weekend of racing, April 27th, with the World of Outlaws and the 360s, whose 15-lap main event is up first.
Haynes and Hesmer, 16H and 11, setting on row number 1. Pinniger, Larry Pinniger the second, the 11L. Inside, Dwayne Van Hooklam outside. Greg Gunderson, the young lad from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and Dave Van Hooklam in the 82. The Van Hooklam brothers, rows 2 and 3, looking, here they come. It's green and go. Pinniger down to the bottom side. It's Haynes and Pinniger. Here comes Hesmer off the top side, getting a bite into car number 11 down the back chute. There's a pair of 11s side by side. Van Hooklam's running 4th and 5th. Gunderson and Jerry Crabb battling. It's Haynes, Pinniger, Hesmer. Haynes, Pinniger, and Hesmer. You can throw a blanket over him. Here he comes, Larry Pinniger with a shot on the low side of Haynes. Larry Pinniger the second into the lead. Hesmer working on the high side in the Archie Erkenbright, number 11. Dwayne Van Hooklam, Dave Van Hooklam. Hesmer now running second, getting up on the cushion, working hard. Haynes working hard. He moves in on Hesmer, trying to work on second spot. Here comes your leader, the 11L of Larry Pinniger the second.
Late in the race, Haynes is pressuring Hesmer for second.
Haynes trying to chase him through a gap underneath Eddie Erkenbright. He moves up on the rear Nerf bar of that car number 11. Larry Pinniger under the scoreboard, off turn 4. Larry Pinniger the second. Here comes Hesmer and Haynes.
Pinniger, Hesmer, and Haynes keep their podium spots as the 11L makes it 2 in a row.
Pinniger searching for the white flag off the 4th turn, working under the flag stand. Here comes Hesmer and Haynes running 2nd and 3rd. Pinniger working through lap traffic, off 2 down the back chute. Larry Pinniger the second, working all the way around. Here he comes, that's bringing him off the 4th turn. Larry Pinniger the second.
We asked Larry what was contributing to his early season success.
We got a new car this year, a J&J chassis, and it's a lot different than what I'm used to, so talked to my wife and we agreed to head for Florida and run as many races as we could, and it's paid off because we're really dialed in now. Well, the track was, I think it fooled a lot of people. It started out, it was kind of slick, and the track tightened up, so we kind of guessed right this week.
1996 was the first year the track supported 3 announcers. Jack Hurway and Dennis Wilson were the established pitchmen. Dave Reef was the new kid on the block. So to get to know one of his colleagues better, he talked to longtime announcer Jack Hurway.
Jack Hurway out of Newton, Iowa, another one of the announcers here. I should say another one. Well, one of 3, as we've discovered this year. Of course, he's from Newton, Iowa. Jack, announcing, something you seem to enjoy very, very well.
Yes, I don't know why. I like talking, I guess. I just like being involved with racing. I don't care what it is.
From Newton, Iowa, when you're not at the races on Saturday night and traveling around the country seeing other races, what do you do?
I'm a tool inspector at Klein Tool. We make cutting tools. Do a lot of work for John Deere, so I'm farm related, I guess, in a way.
Announcing. How did you get your beginning in this?
Go-karts in Newton. Go-kart track, a club there. I worked with the guys that was in it at the fire department. I was a fireman at the time in Newton. Started that for 5 years, and I just kept plugging away down here. I think Cappy got sick of me asking for a job, so he finally hired me just to keep me quiet.
And over the last 5 or so years here at the Knoxville Raceway, you got any highlights that stick out?
Oh, I think every year I've got something. Probably one of them would be like the first AMain Nationals that I announced. The first interview I did with Doug Wolfgang, it was my very first night, and I don't feel like I do a good job of interviewing. I had Wolf, and that was he's one of my favorite drivers when I was a fan. I'm still a fan, and I think probably one of the highlights was not even announcing, is my daughter was National Queen of 1 year, and then one night she also got to help announce a USA race. That was probably the biggest thing when she became National Queen.
Dennis Wilson, also another one of the announcers you've worked with exclusively over the last 4 years. Dennis, pretty good guy too. You guys have got a great camaraderie.
Yeah, and you know, Dennis makes it fun too. We do a lot of joking, and hopefully when we get to laughing, people don't think we're laughing at what's going on the racetrack, because we do a lot of messing around up here, and it makes the job a lot more enjoyable.
Well, I can surely agree with that. It's made my attempts at announcing a lot more enjoyable too.
You know, because you just do this. You know, you pull it down when a guy's talking.
You just bend down and talk a little low.
We did that to Dave last week while he had the wire there, and you just follow it. You don't think to quit talking. You just follow it. So, but it's fun.
The 25-lap World of Outlaw main event had Mark Kinzer on the pole with Steve Kinzer outside. Dave Blaney and Johnny Herrera filled the second row with Sammy Swindell and a young Joey Saldana in row 3.
Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Doug Clark watches him. They turns him loose. We are racing in the Knoxville Raceway. The field has been cleared and we are off and flying. Mark Kinzer in the Working America Car 5M, getting the job done early. Sean Moore bicycling through turn 2. He keeps it under control as Steve Kinzer moves into number 2 spot. Dave Blaney runs third as Sammy Swindell charges to the inside, but not this time. Herrera continues to hold down the number 4 spot. Well, the kite string is definitely out. The wick is turned up for Mark Kinzer.
Lap number 8, watch the 5 car on the low side, slipping by the 2 yellow cars. Danny Lasowski, who started 14th, was moving to the front.
But here comes Danny Lasowski working the top side of the racetrack in the Guy Fordbrook car. Danny Lasowski splits the gap between Skip Jackson and Terry McCall. Danny Lasowski is on a move, and so is Mark Kinzer. Mark Kinzer in the Working American Car 5M enters turn 1 now. A full straightaway ahead of Steve Kinzer in the Quaker State car number 11. Dave Blaney runs third, looking to the high side. He's coming to the tail of Steve Kinzer. Dave Blaney starting to reel in. We are at the halfway point. Mark Kinzer continues to be a race leader. Lap traffic maybe going to battle up the Quaker State car. There goes Dave Blaney. There goes Dave Blaney, the Buckeye Bullet, passing Steve Kinzer again. But Kinzer takes him back on the low line entering turn 3. What a battle!
Mark, Steve, and Dave stayed 1, 2, 3, as no one would have anything for the 5M as he swept the weekend.
But for Mark Kinzer, it's up, out, and away. Mark Kinzer will win tonight's $9,000 paycheck, 25-lap AMain.
Yeah, the car worked really good tonight. Just like last night, I didn't have much problem driving. It was a lot of fun to drive. We've had a good track record here last year and this year, and we got a setup that we can basically leave the shop with and come here, and it's a lot of fun. You know, you never know where your competition's at. A couple of times I got in a lap car situation and got on the gas just maybe a little bit hard and got loose, but the car was wanting to run. You never know who's behind you. Steve or Dave Blaney could be nipping at your tails, or any one of the 24 car guys out there could come up and beat me at any time. No, I didn't think tonight would be as easy as it was. The competition's always strong. Sometimes overnight they can find a gold mine, and I was worried every 25 laps until the checker.